Of talent for these two teams, a real point of pride for both.
Well, I think both of these front offices take extraordinary pride, Kevin, in their ability to surround their star players, and you have to have stars, but the key is the guys around them. What is their fit? Do they complement the stars' greatest attributes? That is the measure of a great front office.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot.
Well, Gordon Hayward answering back with a big-time 3 of his own.
Irving, his shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's Cantor. Back to Brown. And it's Durant with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's the dish to Jordan. Here's Chandler. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
High arcing shot, and it's sent back by KD. Hayward finds Walker. Some solid defense there from KD. Here's Chandler, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are 2 of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
Now, here's Walker. The pass to Brown. Hayward outside. Brown against Harris. Shot clock at 5. Brown, good.
Then Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Now here's Irving. He has 5. Pass to Durant. Buries it down low.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Cantor. Back to Walker. Over Irving. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
And David Aldridge spoke with Brad Stevens. David?
Well, Kevin, he said he wants to see good decision-making out there on offense. He said we can't allow this defense to dig in against us. We have to challenge them with different sets, different looks, and get them moving. And then use our ingenuity to capitalize when they make mistakes. And guys, he is very confident in his team's mentality.
Thank you, David. So, Greg, shooting, their number 1 concern coming into tonight.
It's more important that you take good shots if you want to have a chance to make them.
And I think, Greg, that requires making plays for one another. Move the ball and shooting opportunities will present themselves. I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shots good by Durant.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And, Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Torian Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. LeVert's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Durant. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. KD's got 7 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now Williams. Here's Ogilvy. Smart deciding where to go with it. And that time, also a missed shot. Nets leading by 10. Dinwiddie outside. Outside Durant. Lets it go. Rebound Boston.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Here's Smart. Williams trying to break free. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You ever notice the physicality? That's an aspect of Marcus Smart's game. He just powers through the defense. Sensational shooting.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Caruch is checked in. And that one falls for Smart.
And I just watched Romeo Langford. And guys, he looks the part in every way. Big, smooth, great change of direction, and he can flat out score.
Now here's LeVert. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Well, you're seeing another element of Karis LeVert's game. The shot fake, tough to stay down on if you're that defensive player.
It's his first trip to the line.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And what you love is every year, Karis LeVert takes another step. He adds something else to his game. And I believe, guys, this guy has future star written all over him.
Smart against Dinwiddie. And it's sent back by Allen.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now here's LeVert from deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this. At one time a poor free throw shooter, DeAndre Jordan has really improved this part of his game, and he was in.
I've never tried it. I've never secretly tried.
You know, he's made some progress with his method, though.
Yeah, him, Drummond, Capella, a lot of the guys who were getting the hack-a-shack treatment have made great strides.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Boston, we've got Daniel Tice. Smart is out there with Langford. Then it's Williams. And it's Ogilvy in at the 3.
And the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
LeVert the pass to Allen. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Over Smart. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Karis LeVert. Walker against Irving. Jordan up top. No good. And it's Boston the other way. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Passes it to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got his third basket of the night.
You know, what you love about Kyrie is that he's always prepared to shoot when he is roaming in space.
Tatum against Jordan. Tatum's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know, this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Smart finds Walker. Misses the three. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as much as 10. Over Walker. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Dinwiddie outside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for Rodions Kurucs. Then for the Celtics, Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. And it's Brown in for Marcus Smart. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Celtics trail by 3. Brown feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to Kanter. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, there's a physicality and intention to what Enes Kanter does. That's a tough shot.
Now the pass to Durant. They double team KD. Stolen by Walker. In the corner, it's Hayward. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's KD. And some very quick points for him on that possession. KD's got 9 points.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Kanter with it. Here's Brown. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Irving dishes to KD. Jordan kicks to Durant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Walker the pass to Brown. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Shoots from the elbow.
Well, you got to love the defensive effort, contesting that shot by Kyrie, just trying to frustrate his man on the defensive end.
And some good action through the first 2. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and it was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. They put together some nice offensive stretches and at one point led by as many as 10. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. And into the second quarter, momentum started to shift slightly as they gave up some of that lead, ending the half up 3. And from what we... And it's just about time now for the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Wilson Chandler out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Joe Harris has zero doubt about his ability to knock down range shots. How pretty is that?
Walker finds Tatum. About 1 minute played here in the second half. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Durant in the corner. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Irving. And Cantor pulls it down.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's LeVert in for Joe Harris. And then for Boston, Semi Ojeleye comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Kemba Walker.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
The Nets making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Outside Tatum. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. The shot from the low post is good. Tatum's got his first points of the night.
This guy is skilled at getting the shot he wants inside. Jason Tatum with the size and touch to be efficient.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Here's Prince. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going. The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Brown, the pass to Smart. Over Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Smart.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
LeVert finds Prince. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by Brown. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
Prince outside. Releases. Rebound Boston. Tice has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice onto pipe, send it back.
From the line, Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy is proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Boston, Robert Williams is checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. And Langford subbed in for Semi Ojeleye. Brown kicks to Langford. Williams dishes to Brown. Now here's Langford. He's guarded closely. And Jared Allen grew up in the Austin area and played near his home at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kev, just one season with the Longhorns. He really came into the league considered a project. But boy, his development is truly ahead of schedule.
Here's Dinwiddie. Rebound by Williams. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics, trailing by 4. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Williams. It doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Kevin Durant comes in for Rodion Kurucs. And Harris subbed in for LeVert. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. Walker comes in for Marcus Smart. Outside, Walker. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and he knocks down the jumper. Walker's got his 3rd bucket of the night. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Boston, we've got Kemba Walker. Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Hayward, and it's Langford in at the shooting guard position. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie does such a good job of understanding what the defense is going to give him. How about that pick and roll play? That's nice.
Walker against Dinwiddie. Pass to Hayward. Rebound, Brooklyn. Prince outside. Puts it up. Hayward grabs the board.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Here's Langford. And that one goes long.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Celtics trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
From deep, Walker. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Jordan the pass to Dinwiddie. Yep, that one goes. Dinwiddie's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie, and then for Boston. Cantor's checked in for Robert Williams. Tatum comes in for Williams. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Langford. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
Here's Hayward. Drops it in from 11 feet.
Well, remember, the comfort zone that Gordon Hayward possesses when he's in the mid-range, there's an ease and a confidence about what he does.
Here's Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Walker finds Cantor. Back to Walker. On the money from 12 feet away.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Stolen by Walker. Yep, it counts. Now Irving. Kicks to Durant. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Nets lead by 3.
Yeah, Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
Hayward passes to Walker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the first one at the line is good.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
Jared Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. And so Walker nails both of them.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And that one's good, Irving.
Bucket from Kyrie, knows how to deliver.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy's scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
Celtics trail by 4. Now here's Walker. The kick out to Tatum. Second shot opportunity. Buries the jump shot.
Well, Jason Tatum in a big moment. He is unafraid.
Durant with it. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. And it's Allen with the jam.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And here's Walker. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Chandler trying to free himself up. It's good. Now it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
In the corner, Smart with it. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, Marcus Smart stays ready for these moments when his number is called, the ability to deliver a big-time bucket.
The wide open look for Durant. And the Nets, another 3.
And that 3 was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Irving kicks to Harris. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Walker. The putback. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Why, Enes Kanter's willingness to be the guy to take over in a critical stretch, so impressive.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're up by 2. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here is Durant. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Durant. Good!
Well, do opposing defenses just start shaking their head when Kevin Durant starts cooking? Because he can heat up in a hurry.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
So it's the Nets picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is all right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.